Pages and Pajamas!
I am your host. My name is Shallow.
And I am Marian, your co-host. So if you have been following us, you know that we have been exploring to the most popular literature out there. And from the timeless classics to the contemporary gems, we love diving stories that inspire and move us.
And tonight we're diving into another beloved classic, which titled
Anne of Green Gables
by L.M. Montgomery. This story is about the orphan named Anne Shirley, an imaginative and fiery orphan who eventually found her own family, a new family that was able to accept her in Green Gables.
Yes,
And
right, guys.
in this
Right.
story, it's filled with humor, charm, and
Plenty
life
of lessons. Yeah,
Great.
right, yeah, right. So get cozy, grab your favorite pajamas, and let's talk about these timeless novels that have been inspired or that have moved us for over a century.
That is correct. And what is a storytelling without any listeners?
Yes, right.
So tonight we have 3 guests. Drum roll, please. We have Cooley, Angel, and Krisha. Hi guys.
Hello guys. Good evening and welcome to Pages and
And
Pajamas.
Pajamas.
Thank you for inviting us, everybody.
It's a pleasure. So, let us get to know these lovely young ladies
All right,
and
all
what
right.
are they're looking forward in this story. Colleen?
Hi everyone, I'm Colleen and I am excited to dive into the lessons where we can learn from Anne's adventure.
Yeah, right.
Hi, everybody.
It's lovely, guys.
I am Krisha and I am always a fond of Anne's imagination and I can't wait to share my opinions about her character in the novel.
That's very lovely.
Hi, I'm Angel and I'll be looking at how Anne's story inspired us to be better and to grow, and also how she appreciates the little things in life.
Yes,
Yes.
all right, guys.
So, why don't we get started?
Let's get it
Let's
started.
get it.
All right. Before anything else, let's start with a quick summary of the story.
Yeah.
So at the beginning, Marilla and Matthew Cuthbert, an older brother and sister living at Green Gables, decided to adopt a boy to help them with the farm.
Yeah.
But instead of a boy, they got a girl, which named Anne Shirley.
That's right. And Anne Shirley always have this wild imagination, and
Very
she has this
imaginative.
like bright red hair, something that she's insecure about.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
she always have a lot to say. I think everyone in this room would agree that there will always be a one-page. It's just
Long
all
dialogue.
dialogue of
Yeah,
Anne
very
Shirley.
Very talkative.
Very talkative. as
Yeah.
you said.
And very
She's got a lot to say.
imaginative, right?
She's got a lot to say.
Yeah, she got a lot to say.
So they first met at the train station, which they expected to fetch the boy that they requested to the orphan.
From Mrs. Spencer.
Spencer, yeah.
Mrs.
Spencer.
Matthew was shocked when he saw Anne outside when he was expecting
A boy. Yeah, yeah.
He
So, like-
immediately went inside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you asked me.
He was shocked.
He was like,
No.
no.
Yeah, that was his
He was just
reaction.
expecting a boy,
Boy,
right?
yeah,
So-
Yeah.
because, to help the farm.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, and he had no choice but to bring Anne with him to home. Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
I think he feels
And then
pretty.
yeah.
on their way
Yeah.
home, he got to meet Anne and then listen to her
stories,
yaps.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Very tough.
very
Such a big yeah.
Yapper, yeah. He was fond of it because he was contradictory to what Anne's personality is.
Yeah.
He was
He's very,
nonchalant.
silent
Very
person.
nonchalant
Yeah.
He doesn't
He
talk too
prefers to
much.
like
So, yeah.
stay at the side and just
He
listen
finds
to people
Anne
talk.
he finds Anne fun and also interesting.
Yeah, I think it's also because Matthew was never around that kind of people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Everything was so
That was-
quiet. And
That was his first
And then
time.
first
Yeah.
time to meet
Yeah.
Just
a girl,
prefers-
like a little girl, very talkative.
He just prefers to listen.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's why he likes
You
Anne.
find her amusing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because she's very talkative and just
And so what happened was on the start of the her adventures in the Green Gables, right? Where she befriended Diana Barry, which she later made
Made her drunk.
her drunk. Right?
Accidentally.
That was an accident, guys. That was an accident. She was tasked to get a juice on the cellar, but that was actually a wine that Marilla made.
Yeah.
And
Made her own.
that's what Diana drank, and that made her drunk.
Thinking that it was, a juice.
Her mother was furious about it, but later she reconciled with Anne because of that one situation where her daughter Mary May was
ill.
sick, and there's no one to help but Anne. Anne was used to it because she was
She
around.
raised 3 generations of twins from Mrs. Thomas.
Yeah, and prior to that, she was also adopted by
Other people, like other families,
yeah.
to just to be, she was treated as a maid, and thinking of that at such an early age, she's very, she's experienced the hardships of life at such an early age, and that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
that makes Marilla decide to keep her, right?
When she learned her
about
history.
her history.
Yeah, about raising kids.
Surely met Gilbert Blythe.
Yeah. Handsome
Who teased him about his hair, called it a carrot,
Carrot.
and made her furious about it because she was insecure about her hair, and then broke the slate on her head,
That was
which
too much.
made the teacher furious again. They were all mad there, and
She's got punishment.
Yeah.
She's punished.
She was punished by standing in front and saying a quote, I will control my temper. Yeah, that was it. And then she swore to herself that she won't.
She's never gonna do that again.
That she won't.
I don't know
She's never-
if I should be. I don't know if I should be feel bad or
Yeah.
I would say
She's-
slay.
She swore. She swore that she.
I don't know. But she knows what she wants.
Yeah. She swore to herself that she won't go back to school anymore because of what happened.
because of that accident.
Yeah.
But she decides to just study hard, which made them a academic rival, right?
rivals, yeah.
Gilbert and
The
Just
best
early age.
throat.
Still the
yeah,
cutest. Still the cutest.
yeah, which made them academic rival and landed her to a scholarship. Diba?
Yeah.
It
The
was
average
all
scholarship.
She
Yeah.
did well in school.
Very,
That's why
very good. Yeah.
She had a scholarship
Yeah.
called, what's it called
Average
again?
scholarship.
Yeah,
right.
average scholarship.
She's on top of the, her
This-
class.
Yeah.
Top of her class.
Yeah.
And do you remember when Aunt Shirley
Died.
died her?
That was such a funny moment.
She was so obsessed with the color. What
Auburn. She wants.
Auburn.
She
Yeah,
wants to have
she
auburn
dreamed-
hair.
Yes.
She dreamed of having a
Auburn
auburn colored
hair,
hair.
yeah.
Oh,
Right,
it
it's all
was
green.
actually like a Latino, vendor something
Yeah.
came up to their house.
Right.
And then, nadaman siya sa storya.
That's
You know,
why
sales
she
talk.
did it.
Sales talk, the
Yeah.
marketing strategy of the Latino. And then she decided to,
Buy it and
buy
then
it and try
use-
it.
Yeah.
And
Turns out it was
Turns out.
color.
Green. It
Yeah,
was so
it was
bad.
I think.
Yeah.
Green.
That
It was really
so
bad.
funny.
Embarrassing moment for her.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because,
it's so odd
It
to
made,
have green
it made
hair.
her hair worse from red to green. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, I think her hair is much better than
Red, yeah.
than green, right? She doesn't.
It's natural.
She don't need to change anything.
But
in my
guys,
opinion.
there was a tragedy, right?
The
I don't want to
tragedy.
talk about it actually.
Shut up.
Can we
There
not
was
talk
a
about it?
tragedy.
I don't want to talk about
No.
it.
The most heartbreaking part of
Yeah.
the book.
Yeah, when it seems that it was all
Like everything's put into
rainbows,
place.
Yeah.
yeah.
The
There-
puzzle is complete already because
Matthew.
she's
Then-
got everything.
Then there's the
What
turning
happened? What
point
happened?
when
I'm not gonna speak of it.
Matthew Cuthbert
I don't want to.
died.
Yeah.
So the turning point of the story was when Matthew Cuthbert died, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right when she knew that she had a scholarship. So after knowing that Matthew was sick and he died, she decided to drop the
Scholarship, and
Yeah.
she chose not to continue the scholarship and just teach at Green Gables to
Yeah.
to accompany Marilla.
And knowing Marilla had a
Problem with her
Problem with her
eyesight.
eye.
oh
Yeah, I
It
really
was really
think
sad.
it started from the headache.
yeah.
She took the
It's very, like heartbreaking that
Yeah.
like that
There's
certain
always
part.
that subtle foreshadowing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
The last line she's got like something like she's proud. Matthew Cuthbert, he said that like he's proud of her girl pertaining to Anne Shirley, and like I never thought that it's gonna end like that.
Yeah.
So
No
yeah,
one
who
saw
cried
that coming, guys. No
Who
one
cried?
saw that coming.
Why would the author touch Matthew Cuthbert?
Yeah, like, it's
Yeah.
very very unexpected.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's almost at the end of the
Oh my
book,
God.
and then
It
Matthew Cuthbert's
happened.
gonna,
That guy was just living well.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
Just
Can you
farming.
imagine Anne's feeling?
Yeah.
He's
Matthew was
I
her
can.
very
I'm
first
sorry,
support her.
Yeah.
He was the first person to believe her.
to accept her.
To accept her
Yeah.
for who she is.
Like I think Anne considers him as her father. or-
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like a father
literally,
really-
like biological
Yeah.
father, because Marilla and Matthew raised her well.
Yeah. She was the one who first protected Anne from what
From-
Marilla
yeah,
says
yeah,
about her. She's the one
He's
who
just
always...
a good person.
He brought dress for Anne, right? He
Yeah.
brought dress for Anne.
Miss
brought
Miss Barry, I think.
Yeah.
Miss
No.
Barry. Miss Barry.
Lynn. Rachel Lynn.
Oh yeah, from
yeah,
Miss
yeah,
Rachel
yeah.
Lynn.
Yeah.
She
Anne
always
no,
requested
because,
a nice
puff
dress for
sleeves.
her. Yeah.
Aside
Oh,
from
yeah.
aside from the fact that Rachel Lynn is a nosy neighbor, she's also very good at
Yeah,
sewing.
and
Yeah.
also
Yeah.
she's fond of Anne
And
Shirley, despite their very first encounter.
Oh my God.
Nilash out si ate ko
Yeah.
Anne Shirley because
It was really-
punta tayong red hair.
It was really Rachel Lynn's
Fault.
mistake. It's because her fault.
It's her nature that
Who
she's
talks to
very
who talks to a
fun.
child like
She's
that?
soft.
Right?
yeah, she's very nosy.
Yeah.
She sticks, her nose to anyone's business.
And she got humbled by Anne.
yeah.
That was her
If-
first time.
Like,
From
it was
a
an
kid,
open-
right?
Yeah.
I like the character development of Rachel Lynn.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
it was an eye opener for her when Anne Shirley lashed out to her and like pointed out like why does she have to say those words?
Yeah, she
And
pointed
that
out
was
like,
so
how would you
mean.
feel if I call you fat and
Yeah,
juicy?
right,
Yeah.
right.
If I was Rachel Lynn and someone told me like I would cry.
Yeah.
I would crumble and
Same.
cry.
I would cry. I will not go out from my bedroom.
I was
Yeah.
like when I read that part, I was like slay and
Slay,
slay.
yeah. She's
Yeah.
late, but like she's
Yeah.
But
When
she
she-
lost her
when
temper
she
at that
said-
time.
when
That's
she
the first
said
ever.
sorry, it was like
It's a sarcastic story, but like it's full of flowery words.
yeah. And
Yeah.
Rachel Lynn was like
She believed it, like, yeah.
Yeah, and she did it just for Matthew.
Matthew,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Because Matthew told her like sa tawag na,
Just to
he begged like to
Yeah.
kanang
And
he
I think
talked
that
with
was-
her.
That was the first time.
Yeah, like he talked with her after
Yeah.
like she was being brought with
Yeah.
like,
So
when
Anne
he
did
was
it. He-
for him.
Yeah.
Like, so heartbreaking.
so that's
Like,
really
unexpectedly.
yeah.
She did.
So we can really tell that she really loved Matthew, right?
Yeah, right. Like,
And Matthew was
Matthew
the
is
one
also
who
right.
saved her from the ice.
I'm still very mad
River?
at the iceberg incident because why would they're kids.
Yeah.
I think it's reasonable because they're kids, but first step, I think Anne would have been smart enough to think that the ice was too thin already.
Yeah.
But like, no, she continued walking and she fell, and I hated it because I was like, I don't know. While reading it, I also watched the movie, guys. While reading it, I was like very nervous. How much more watching it because
Yeah.
yeah,
When
when
I
I
watched
can
the movie,
visualize.
when I watched the movie, Matthew was crawling on thin ice, and I was like,
Yeah.
if something happens to
Wonder
Matthew,
Woman.
I will cry. And in this story, in the novel, something did happen, and I cried either way.
And
So,
that
like,
happened before when he collapsed, right?
Yeah.
And he was
collapsed.
diagnosed with a disease by the doctor, and Anne was just careless about it. She doesn't think of what might happen or what might Matthew and Marilla feel, and if Matthew didn't come after her, she might die in that place, right?
It's so cold.
Yeah,
It
that
was
was
so cold.
He
that was
saved
so
her.
cool.
He
Yeah.
saved her.
a couple of
Her
times.
savior ever since.
Yeah.
A couple of times already. Do you want Matthew in our lives?
We want
Yeah.
Matthew back to the author.
But,
We
you know,
want Matthew
Father
back.
Max.
You know
A
that.
bit nice to have someone who supports you silently.
Yeah.
Love you.
So we know that Anne is obsessed with melodrama and exaggerates often. How does these affect her relationships with others? Do you think these traits are flaws in her character? Do these characters change throughout the story?
So at first, these traits could be seen as flaws because they make her seem immature or unrealistic. For example, her tendency to overact can lead to avoidable conflicts, like her dramatic apology to Mrs. Lynn or her feud with Gilbert over his teasing. But as the story progresses, Anne learns to balance her imagination with a better understanding of reality. While she never loses her creativity, she becomes more thoughtful and more responsible, especially as she grows closer to Marilla and starts taking on adult responsibilities.
Why do you think she is a character people can still identify with today?
That is a very nice question. So Anne is a character people can still relate to today because her experiences and emotions are universal and timeless. She faces challenges like feeling out of place, wanting to be accepted, and learning to navigate relationships, which are struggles of many people, especially young readers, go through. Her vivid imagination, determination, and ability to see beauty in everyday life also inspire readers to embrace creativity and optimism, even when faced in difficult times. Moreover, Anne's flaws, like being impulsive or overly dramatic, make her feel real and human. Readers can see themselves in her mistakes and learn from how she grows and improves. Her journey from a dreamy, misunderstood orphan to a mature, thoughtful young woman resonates with anyone who has experienced personal growth and change. So Anne's story really reminds us, or the readers, of the importance of kindness, perseverance, and staying true to oneself. Values that remain relevant and meaningful in every era.
How does Anne's childhood affected her? How do you think she is able to remain positive in the face of all the tragedy? What sort of outlook does she have for the future?
So Anne's challenging childhood, characterized by hardship and uncertainty, profoundly shaped her character. And as an orphan that moved between different foster homes, she cultivated deep resilience and a fierce determination to seek joy and meaning in life. This adversity fostered a vibrant imagination and a strong appreciation for the simple beauty surrounding her. So Anne's talent for finding silver linings in difficult situations, combined with her unwavering optimism, allowed her to rise above her circumstances. She maintained an intrinsic belief in the power of hope and potential for positive change, which helped her uphold a positive outlook even in the face of adversity. And also, as she contemplated the future, Anne envisioned a life rich with love, friendship, and intellectual pursuits. She aspired to create a meaningful impact in the world and contribute to the happiness of others. And her dreams were propelled by her steadfast belief in the transformative power of human kindness and the enduring strength of a human spirit.
Which part of the story can we tell that Anne has matured?
So, throughout the book, Anne's growth is depicted not only in her actions but also in her reflections about life and relationships. Her maturity becomes most apparent in chapter 38 when she thoughtfully reflects on her life and relationships, also makes responsible choices and shows greater emotional intelligence. This chapter marks the culmination of Anne's growth from the impulsive, imaginative girl she was at the start to the more thoughtful and grounded young woman she's becoming. Such moments like these in this chapter highlight a evolution from a imaginative, impulsive girl to a more thoughtful and responsible young woman.
What are the strengths and flaws of Anne?
So the strengths of Anne Shirley are imagination and intelligence. So imagination, Anne has a vivid creative imagination which allows her to view the world in a unique and colorful way. This creativity not only makes her a joy to read about, but it also helps her navigate challenges and see beauty in the everyday. And in intelligence, Anne is very intelligent with a love for reading and learning. She excels academically, often impressing others with her knowledge and insight. And the weaknesses of Anne Shirley are overactive imagination and impulsiveness. So, an overactive imagination, although imagination is a strength, not a weakness. Her overactive imagination sometimes causes to make assumptions and create big fantasies that do not always align with reality. And in impulsiveness, Anne acts without fully giving the effect much thought.
So, what are your learnings from this book, and how will you apply these learnings in real life?
So, after reading Anne of Green Gables, I realized the importance of embracing who I am, even with all my flaws and quirks. Anne taught me to see the beauty in life, to dream big, and to never stop being curious. Her imagination and positive outlook, even during tough times, reminded me that life is full of small joys if only we take the time to notice them. I also learned how valuable kindness and forgiveness are. Anne made mistakes, just like I do, but she always tried to make things right. It showed me that growing as a person means learning from my experiences and treating others with respect and understanding. Most importantly, Anne reminded me that it's okay to be different. Her uniqueness brought so much love and happiness to those around her. This made me think about how I should never try to change just to fit in, but instead be confident in who I am. Life is richer when I stay true to myself.
So the lesson that I've learned and the story of Anne of Green Gables is the importance of being true to yourself, because being true to yourself is not bad luck. Look at how her personality isn't awkward and always misunderstood by everybody, but she never tried to change her personality. Second one is embracing imperfection, because all our flaws are natural. We all do have imperfections or flaws because no one is perfect. And lastly, importance of friendship, because we can have friends many as we can, but as a true friend is rare to find. So that's all the lessons that I've learned in Anne of Green Gables.
So Anne is never sorry for being herself, full of imagination, quirks, and passion. Her story shows us that it's okay to be different, and our individuality is something to celebrate and not hide. Embracing your own quirks can be a powerful step towards self-acceptance. And not only that, her story also teaches us that setbacks do not define us. They are opportunities to learn and develop when we are faced with challenges, rather than being discouraged, and reminds us to reflect and adjust.
So this book, the main character, Anne Shirley, taught me many lessons, and one of which is optimism. Despite everything that she's been through, like the hardships, from jumping from one foster home to another just to serve them as a maid, she still keep that positive outlook, her spirit to still live even though she's been through the hardships, from the rock bottoms. And I admire her strength so much because, at such a young age, she's, she keeps, being positive, even everything. And another is that she's very imaginative. Like, she make every mundane things into something magical. She has a very creative imagination, which make things lighter. And I think that made her, survive and still continue living despite everything. That's it.
So the things that we talk about here right now from the story Anne of Green Gables was taught us such an important lesson that life is just a matter of perspective. You can get the joyous of joy and the most little things. Really, it really depends on you and how you view in life. Because again, as what Krisha said, the problems are inevitable. But that depends on you and how you would deal with it. And so to wrap it up, Anne of Green Gables isn't just a story of a little girl who happened to found her new family at Green Gables, but again, it also teaches us lifelong lessons that life is a matter of perspective, and always be grateful and always treasure the people around you.
So we hope you enjoyed revisiting Anne's journey or world with us tonight. So thank you for turning into Pages and Pajamas. Don't forget to get cozy, keep dreaming, and keep finding the magic in everyday life.
Yeah, I think I'm sleepy already.
I think we're all sleepy.
Good night,
Good
guys.
night.
Good night, everyone.
Thank you so much for listening
Thank you for
tonight.
having us. Bye.
Hi guys, mag-video ta. Aron natin mabutang sa documentation. So man siya may tabo ka nang nagsabot ta pero wala nagsabot ug maayo. Mo ni siya guys. Ano kabaluan ni? So asa mo ato si Maye? Asa mo ato si Marian?
Ibog na.
Ibog na ko katong pukirap.
Si Fugirot bulut.
Kato galing tuna niya, kanon niya.
Baked sushi. Pero di siya bake, kaya wala mo tayo gamit.
Di ba, bandit ba?
So namili na jud tag sla. Gipili na jud ato sa number party nga theme no kay para makaunta.
True.
Trueness. Sige. Leader Emma. Tunan mo ani. Makuan ta mismo sa nga to ang kuan sa lana.
Holy food.
Uy, nga lang nagtapad sila.
Holy and unholy.
Na si Marian wala na jud. Wala na jud. Ganahan siya ng cookies.
Sa'yo na talaga yan.
Pero na sila. Pero nabayot.
Mucho day nga ako na red.
Feel na ko gigutom si Marian day. Hulay dag ko doy. Feel na ko gigutom si Marian. Ay, kuwang! Masa kapalitan na, oy!
Tapos, nung tanong ko sa price mo niya, mauwa mo kumudi, ningon man lang kuhan nga. Kanima mo na mo ang kuhan, mga price niya. Kung mahala ni, mauwa na mo kumudi, kaya mong ihatag apuan. Palit na lang ko, mahal kaya.
Tumila na!
120.
Patay! Hindi ano raw. Sure ba ito isasan na?
Ang brand kay Random Cafe. Napaka-random talaga.
Random naman ang ba't ang mahal?
Di-distress na lang guys.
Kanyo ko ni free.
Kasi, wala. Dira, oy. Kanina. Kanina na usapin din.
Ano kabalo?
For bonus customers, there's something for you at the next
Tora.
level.
Wala akong kabalo. Diyan, may. Ay, si Pepe nga rin, Angel. Ayaw, Angel, uy.
Ako magkaluto, day.
Aba man naluto daw yun.
Kaluto, TV. Tunog siya kung isagol sa gin. Mag-gin dito.
Ang doon ako kay English na
Pakapaka, gini yung English gina yun yan.
Wala akong kabalo sa itong intention, ani.
Ani o, lemon. Mag-gin dilog dito, day.
Naamay ko, naamang goy tag 22, tagpila man ni. Ay, Marian.
Tang. Kay dugay ka na mga tamis.
Ha? Oh, magtasa ta.
Mag-video ko no sa ko. Hala. May
Hala. Hala, sige.
Sige, Jun. Mag-analysis ta ka na ina. Para pakang English na itong papel. English siya. Kasi una mo hilak.
Una ni mo hilak.
Hazel. Si Colleen. Muhilak sa ko mo inom ko, day. Mo English pa manggani ang buang.
English ako dahil.
Ayan na sila, guys. Magkuha na sila free tis. Ganahan sila free tis. Ganiya pa sila nakatang ani. Kaya pakauway ni sila. Kasi agi-agi. Mura ba nga yan? Ako na. May sud.
Kain na, naging bato pa.